I just had the craziest perception just now. It was more of like a download, but I seen that like when you die, like you transfer your energy to the people that you loved the most. Like you can make a choice when you die to like thrust your quantum energy into their body, and then like you like relive out like what's in their heart by living inside their pain. And it's like, or it could be like their pain, like a karmic afterlife experience, or it could also be to give them your love and energy, like to give them your like strength since they're still here. You know what I mean? And that in itself is beautiful because you never leave them, but it's also sad because you get to see into their soul and how they see you entirely. You get to see everything that they've seen through them and live it as them. It's so powerful and beautiful, but so part of the pain of existence. Oh my gosh. Oh, we have to be good to each other. We have to be good to each other. And we have to realize the earth is in trouble. I just have to tell you, the earth is in trouble because there are massive propaganda that's being used against Americans right now. Scandals of governments. The American regime, okay, the globalist Trump, Elon system, duo, Pinky in the Brain, okay, they are attacking Europe's government, okay, to weaken them. Andrew Tate may be a setup. Andrew Tate may be like he's a part of the PSYOP essentially, because they'll put him in to try to align Europe with the allegiance of the United States, take over Canada, take over Greenland. I don't think they're going to get Mexico. Something tells me Mexico will fight back. And they're trying to set up world allegiances because they realize the threat of world allegiances that is playing out right now is that there's 50 countries, okay, that are ruled by Muslims countries, Islamic countries, jihadist countries. And right now on X, the warfare is being staged so that it will be the free world versus Islam. That we will have to fight Islam. Like, this is what they're staging anyways. They're staging these events to unfold. They're staging to become global world dominant powers because they fear the Middle East, and they also fear Russia, and that the alignment is too big because Russia's in bed with Iran. So that means Russia, the Middle East, China. It's East versus West, essentially. That's what's happening, and Israel's in the middle. It's going to be a global world war of East versus West, with Israel, the wall of China, Or the Wall of China. Oh my gosh, they're the dragon's spine. Like, and it's all coming out of the spine. It's all coming out. We are in such a hard time right now, and it's important actually to see this bigger picture. Okay, I realized the other day that my passions got really invested in this rape scandal, and I felt myself siding with, I think, the war-torn ideologies of my own nation. Because if this is a global takeover, okay, we can see that our own leaders are becoming the same mindset of the Russians, right? To take over Ukraine, for China to take Taiwan, for Islam to take Israel. Okay, victimizer programs on every different place. Okay, and now the West is now being set up to do the same thing. And it's about the need to take over another country is to show that you are a powerful, dominating force. Okay? Because they have to show that they're powerful, dominating forces in the threat of war. I'm seeing that the New Earth timelines are important. Because there will be those of us that will go on to have to create the new earth through the war. We'll have to create the new earth through the futile lands. We'll have to create the new earth for the children because nobody is protecting them right now. And this is what we have to wake up to. Nobody's protecting the innocent and nobody's protecting the children. We have to wake up to this. They are the driving force of our future. They are the most important thing we have on this earth. They are the most important thing. They are the reason that we live. They are the purpose of your life. Okay? They are why you exist. Your children are why you exist. They are your lifeline to this earth. So, spiritual workers, grid workers, indigos, starseeds, our job is to now build the new earth in which our sensitive babies can grow, they can learn, they can become spiritually educated, and where they can learn to exist in exile. Okay, we have to teach them to exist in exile. I don't know why I'm getting this message like this, but this is where they will be safeguarded, is where they can't essentially be seen. We have to find a way to exile the children so that they are safeguarded. I'm getting a lot of messages that 3D Earth is being quarantined right now by guardians, okay, on the earth, guardians on the planet. They're safeguarding the 3D world right now. We don't realize this, but they're safeguarding it, okay? We are currently having guardian intervention, okay, the Andromedans. They're quarantining Earth. And they're protecting the new Earth right now. They've, like, essentially, I don't know, like, it's crystal seals, but they are placing protection forces and barriers and layers between us, between 3D, between the us that exists in 3D, and between the 12D Earth, okay, the 9D Earth, the 7D Earth, the future Earth. Future Earth is already here. This is what I have to kind of explain. Future Earth is already here. It simultaneously exists interlaid with us. The places in which the Garden of Eden realms and worlds, they're placing crystal seals. Protecting the creation realms of Genesis. Protecting the purest preservation of the human 12-dimensional light body soul genetic gene code. Many of our star children right now are 12D template holders, okay? In disguise. In disguise. And yes, I want to speak out to all of the autistic children. These ones are the ones in disguise, but they're also like the distorted and tormented forms of them. Okay, this is some form of, this was done because of like the soul harvesting and raping of children and the adrenochrome. It's really from adrenochrome harvesting that's creating these children. And also the abortions. That's why we have to stop those things, right? We have to realize that those things have to come to an end because the physical form can't come in. According to the 12D template, the physical form can't. In some of these soul contracts, essentially. But what I'm trying to say is we have to protect the children. We have to safeguard the children. They are too sensitive for this world. They are too sensitive for the 3D timeline. They cannot exist in it if they are not given the spiritual technology. They will not survive. Okay, we will be forfeiting them to war. They're being forfeited to war. They're being forfeited to the Draco Hive reptilians. They're asking us to sacrifice all of our children right now. We have to wake up to that. So the point is that the exile concept comes in because meaning that we get these babies more off-grid. Okay, we get these babies more in spiritual community living. We get these children out of the public school systems. We get these children off of the medical tyranny systems. We get them off of the harmful food systems. We start to foresee grid communities as a new normal way of living, community way of living, family supportive way of living. We cannot live in isolation anymore. The cure to this is to stop living in isolation from community, learn how to exist again from the land and off of where the wars are essentially occurring, which is on media, internet, and on the home front in the major cities. War is where all the major cities will happen. That's where it will first happen. So we have to get out of major cities and get into smaller communities. This is just something that I foresee something over the future, okay? Like if the World War timelines are to unfold in such a way that the harm starts coming to our front door, right? The harm is already in the social media world. It's very harmful there right now. That has a systemic trickle-down effect. We know that. So we have to be safe, we have to be vigilant, and we have to be aware of our surroundings. And now is not the time to go out and be doing big things in crowds for the most part. Okay, unless, you know, you feel super called to go do something, right? Like, I think we may see a dissolving of the energies come March and April. Okay, dissolving of the tensions. Okay, I think we're in an inflated cycle. Tensions will start to dissolve March, April timelines. And so we may need to be coming together more for prayer. We may need to be coming more together for the grid work, for the healing work, right? We know how powerful this is. We know how impactful this is. We know how we've made differences. We've continued to make differences. We will continue to make differences with our grid work and our meditation and our healing and our global efforts of peace, of restoration. So this is going to be really important also, right? Is holding the space for healing to happen, holding the space for light to come into the earth, holding the space for anchoring in the God portals, right, into the grids, because that is the process of building the future earth light cities. That's the process of building the etheric light educational temples in which the new earth children, the most sensitive ones on earth, will go to the light temples to get their knowledge, to get their healing, to get their restoration. So those are going to be very imperative for our youth, for our new earth children that we have to protect. This is why I told you, I think, in the beginning about the passing of your energy to your babies, okay, when you die. Because you will live through their experience. You will live through their failures, and you will live through their successes in the afterlife as we are one. And the afterlife is accountable to the living life. This is how humanity's soul grows as a whole.